guys, Coach Mott here with some drills for you guys to do at home. These are some drills I've picked up over the years, some of my favorites from camps, clinics, even some small group and personal lessons I've done. The key here is to take it slow at first. Make sure you understand how to do the drill before you speed up. Ideally, once you learn these drills, you'll be able to turn this into more of a workout. This is the zigzag drill. We have two versions of this, offense and defense. We'll be showing both here with a one-handed cradle as well as a two-handed cradle on the offensive side. So on this first one, we're just going to show the offensive side or the offensive version to this drill. So I'm going to do this first with two hands, and then I'll show the one-handed version. So with two hands, we want to start on the cone. As we head towards the cone, you want to plant your left foot first. As you roll, you take twists. It's very important. We don't want to plant and change hands right here to avoid that trail check. So what we're going to do is plant the foot, turn, take our stick with us, then switch hands as we go to the next cone. This one I'm planting my right foot, I'm taking my stick with me again, then I'm changing hands. Okay, and now with the one-handed version, same idea, but we want to get the arm up here to protect the stick, and we want to keep it nice and tight to the body. So as I make my way to this first cone, what I like to do here is I turn, is I take the side wall of the head and I pull it into my body. As I roll, again, taking my stick with me through the dodge, and then I'll switch hands to here, thing. Put the stick in, roll, on to the next one. The next version of the zigzag is the defensive one. So in this one, we want to make sure that we're using a drop step as well as keeping our stick upfield. So now we're going to start with an athletic stance here. And all we're going to do is basically make our way to the cone here, stick upfield, drop step, make our way up, drop step, make our way here, drop step to this one. What you don't want to do in this drill is shuffle your way through it. So when you play defense, you're simply just opening your hips, getting your stick upfield, and running. You should be running hip to hip with your opponent. So the first dodge I'm going to do here is a split dodge. The important part here is, again, not the sideline dodge out to the side, but to stay in a straight line. So what I want to do is as I come to each cone, I'm going to switch hands, but I need to have my feet in a straight line here so that I'm ready to dodge the next cone. This drill is called the poke and drop step. So here, I'm going to throw a poke check, open my hips, drop to the first cone, open my hips again, drop to the second cone. Okay? So all I want you to do, get in a D stance again, okay? You're just going to come out, throw a poke check, and then drop this way, drop this way, okay? This next drill is called the poke and get home. What we're going to do here is kind of fan out in an arc. So we'll start at home, which is the top of the crease. We're going to come out, throw a poke check, chest back to the inside, work our way back home, and then back out to the next cone. So you're going to come out, poke, make sure you turn chest inside, stick inside, here. Then you're going to come out to this one, poke, backpedal yourself in here, and then come out to this one, but this time turn this way as you come in, okay? Okay, the next thing we want to do here is work on pass and catch and getting as many touches and reps as we can here. You can use a rebounder, or if you have a friend, neighbor, sibling, maybe you can do this with a partner. We'll show both versions here. The important thing again is make sure you're doing it correctly. So when you're passing, you want to make sure you got your hands in the correct position, your hands are up and away from your body, okay, and that you're doing that snap motion where you're pulling with your bottom hand, pushing top hand. Always get in the habit of sliding your hand back up to the top of the stick again to catch. So here we want to slide to the top, and then use soft hands, which is essentially just releasing the wrist as we catch the ball. So what we'll do here is we'll go righty, then lefty, and then we'll do what's called switch. So we'll catch righty, switch, pass lefty, then catch lefty, switch, pass righty. So here, hands up and away, okay? Snap and up. So hands away, here, slide your hand back to the top and make the catch, okay? Got it? We'll do this righty and lefty. Slide your hand when you catch. All right, so this next one, okay? You're gonna pass. As you catch, you keep it in that hand, then you switch, okay? Here, all right, again, this, I'm gonna catch it. Now I'm gonna switch, move my feet, pass again, catch, here, okay? And I'm just back and forth, just shifting my hips, okay? All right, switch. Okay, the next thing we want to teach here with passing and catching is to do this with one hand. The reason being is when you throw one-handed, it's going to develop strength, but eventually we want to be able to snap the ball out one-handed. This, once we return to two hands, we'll be able to throw better, more line drive passes. By bringing our hand and just one hand up to the head of the stick, this also teaches us how to track the ball with the head of our stick. Now, we can't always keep our hand here. If a pass is too far away, obviously we have to slide our hand out. But this is good for close quarters on a cut through the crease or what have you to get used to tracking the ball with the head of your stick. This is called the scoop and shoot arc. The idea here is to scoop the ball correctly, top hand all the way up at the plastic of the head, bottom hand on the butt end, and then quickly slide your hand, shoot the ball, and then ready for the next ground ball in front of you. I'll do the right side, Quinn is going to do the left side. Next skill we want to work on is the quick stick. This is essentially just getting the ball. As the ball is coming into your stick, you're releasing that wrist and then pushing it right back out. No cradle involved here. So what I'm going to do is show this with partners. So we're going to do a feed from the left side, turn, catch immediately, shoot, and then we're also going to do this with partners back and forth, just quickly, just throwing quick sticks. If you don't have a partner to work with, you can also use a rebounder or a brick wall to do this. As soon as you turn, that's going to be the signal for him to throw you the ball. You're just going to step to it and just release it quickly into the goal, okay? So when you turn, Coop throws it to me and I just do that. Okay? Good. Here we're going to work on our shot. So the best way I find to do this, especially to work on your offhand, is to do it without a ball. And you can just do this over and over and over again. You can even do this in your bedroom at home if you need to. But basically what we're going to do is what's called a gather step, and then we're going to shoot. So the focus here is to pull with the bottom hand. You're either going to pull across your body, or as we say, elbow to the sky to get the most power out of your shot. Okay, here, this is what we call a 2-ball pickup. The idea here is to teach to punch the ground with the bottom hand or the butt end. So what we want to do is get low, and this is something we can do repetitive over and over and over again. Okay, here I just want to go over the basics of face-off. So for you veteran face-off guys, this is all stuff I'm sure you all know, but this is basically for any new players who want to learn the basics of face-offs and a couple of things that they can do to practice to get better at them. First, what we want to do is you always push in the back pocket of the stick, okay, because we're going to use the back of the stick to face off. Secondly, we want to use what's called a motorcycle grip. So this is an overhand grip. You can't touch the plastic of a head, but you want to get as close to that as you can. Second hand, you want to put in the middle of the shaft. At this point, once you have your hands in place and your stick is ready to face off, you want to go right knee down first. So what I'm going to do here is as I go down, I'm going to put my right knee close to the ball, and then I'm going to line up my stick on the ball. What you want to make sure, if you have a line to work with here, is that your stick isn't over the line at all, but you're straight and behind it. So all we're going to do from this position is a clamp right now. So with a referee, there's three things that happen. The first, they say down. The second thing they do is say set. Once they say set, you cannot move. You have to stay perfectly still, otherwise it'll be a violation. And then lastly, the whistle will blow. So here, we're just going to say go, or I'm going to say go for the purpose of this drill. But what you're going to do is we're going to go down, get set, and then I'm going to say go, and I'm going to show you just a simple clamp. So we get down, and then set. Now I can't move. So here, as you can see, I got a nice wide stance. I'm very comfortable here. I'm not leaning on my hands or putting any unnecessary weight there, but I'm nice and light on my hands. The second thing here now is once the official would blow the whistle, or I say go here, I want to take the screw of the back of the head and I want to drive it towards the ball as I clamp over it. So if we started this from the beginning, it would be down, set, go. Okay, two simple things we can do here to work on hand speed on our own is just simple drills like this. So one, we always want to keep this bottom hand down. And all I'm going to do here is just over and back of the ball. And I'm just going to start off slow and then increase my speed. And all I'm doing here is working on my hand speed. Another version of this is just to flatten the stick out. And then same thing. You just coming over and back as quickly as you can. Alright, the last thing I want to show here is if you got into a battle here, ideally you want to win the clamp clean. And once you win it clean, you can lift that backhand and there's a ton of things you can do with the ball at that point. But in this case, we're going to act as if we're in a battle here. So nobody really won the clamp clean. So what we want to do is we want to keep punching with our bottom hand as we work and follow with our feet and try to grind our stick up under the other player's stick, hopefully gaining control of the ball. Down, set, good.